Hey, Mark Rodriguez here. It's a quick update on the whole FTC and COPPA situation. Now, in case you guys haven't heard about this just yet, here's the fast-forward version. Basically speaking, the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, and COPPA, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, have fined YouTube for a whole bunch of money a couple of months ago because they got personalized ads that collect data on children, and it's against the law to collect data on children without their permission, without their parents' permission, even though technically speaking, kids should not be on YouTube like at all, but you know, they are. That's why we got into this mess. So as a result of YouTube getting fined, now there's a new terms of service. All the creators got to put either their individual videos or their entire channel as marked for kids or marked not for kids. If you mark them for kids, you're going to lose a lot of features and a lot of money, because I guess the real money is in the personalized ads. If you mark them as not for kids, but you got stuff like cartoons and anime, action figures and stuff like that, you run the risk of the FTC thinking that your channel is for kids and that you're purposely marking it not for kids to get that sweet, sweet revenue, and they will fine your ass for $42,000 per video, and everyone's freaking out. Now, there's a lot of updates here and there going on the FTC website and the COPPA website, as well as like lots of lawyers and people like online looking into it, giving their input, whatever new information they find, but there's a lot of stuff, and the information changes like crazy. Like sometimes within hours, there's videos saying, we're saved, these new things save us and everything. And then there's like, no, we're doomed, COPPA's gonna take us all down. And then there's stuff like, here's how you can fight against COPPA and save your channel. And then like the same hour or so, no, I was wrong, you can't fight against COPPA, they're coming for you and everything. And there's like, my channel is safe. And like an hour later, I was wrong, it's not, it's worse than I thought. And of course the big thing that this is the end of YouTube. The year 2020 will be the death of YouTube. So everyone's like flipping out. Everyone's making videos and everything just changes so fast within the same day. Like I lost track how many times my channel has been saved and doomed in the last couple of days. But yeah, that's how it goes. So the information I'm saying, kind of sort of take it with a grain of salt. I do recommend making your own research because this stuff keeps changing all the time. But this is what I found out as of right now. Well, first of all, this is already happening though. YouTube has already started to flag videos as for kids. So I do recommend they start checking your channel, go to your creator studio, check all your channels, your videos or whatever. Video Game Masters 09 has over 800 videos. I already went through all the pages. Luckily, I'm safe. Some people are not. Here's a picture from this guy named Pixel Dan. He's reviewing some cool figures. They actually made like these 2-pack figure sets of the Ninja Turtles and Batman crossover. That's kind of cool, and I assume they're more like for collectors, not for kids, but YouTube flagged them for kids, and I'm not sure what happens if you do get that. I don't know if you can just go in there and flip the switch back to not for kids, or you got to actually appeal to YouTube for it. I'm not sure if it's like whenever you get like a copyright claim, you can just click on the link and it'll tell you like which video got hit, or you have to actually like browse through them all. But I checked all my channels. I do recommend you guys check your channels as well, because YouTube, the algorithm, has already started flagging videos. So that's, you know, that's how it goes. So COPPA, on the other hand, and the FTC have a couple new guidelines with all the people talking to them, sending them comments and petitions and whatever. They said a couple of things that sound a bit better, but I'm kind of nervous still because they say one thing, but the algorithm is already saying another, you know what I mean? Like, it won't help me if COPPA says you're good, but then YouTube flags my entire library, you know, that's gonna fucking suck. So I don't know what happens there. But COPPA is saying that, first of all, they are gonna like take a look at the channels more individually. It's gonna be more hands-on. It's gonna be more like actual people doing it, and not the YouTube algorithms that suck balls, you know. And also, they're going to like take more into consideration if the channel actually is meant for kids. They're gonna take into consideration that, like, let's say you're talking about Rick and Morty, they're gonna realize, well, Rick and Morty, it is a cartoon, it is animated, but like, it's not for kids, so the channel cannot be for kids. We're talking about Rick and Morty and South Park and whatever else, you know. So they're going to take that into consideration. So that's good news. That's good news right there. But again, I don't know how that's going to conflict with the YouTube algorithm that may not care and flag your ass anyways, you know. The other thing they also mentioned, let me see here. Also, be sure to check your algorithm in your analytics, I should say. It'll tell you who your overall demographic is. I actually checked my own algorithm and everything because I don't know. I just make videos. I make videos. I post them for fellow fans. I never really took much into consideration like what was my actual demographic, but now I actually did take a look. And it looks like my demographic is for people that are like they're, I guess, mid to late 20s, early 30s and stuff like that. So you're watching my video right now, chances are you're mid to late 20s, mid to late 30s and stuff like that. But yeah, they are going to take into consideration what the demographic is for your channel. Obviously, you have no control over who watches your channel. You can't like randomly stop kids. I mean, they're watching what they're watching, but at least if you check your own demographic and you do see that your channel is mostly watched by people in their 20s and 30s or whatever, your channel should be okay. It's just, I don't know what to tell you if your channel is mostly like the 13 or so crowd. The bad thing is that technically speaking, like you're not even supposed to be on YouTube unless you're 13. So like the thing won't actually tell you if, you know, if there's kids that are 9 or 10 watching your videos. But I say that if your channel has a huger, like, adult demographic, it does look better for you than if your videos are mostly watched by 13 and 14-year-olds and stuff like that, you know. But then the last thing that everybody was most concerned about were the insane fines that could destroy lives and just basically make you homeless and everything. Because, dude, 800 videos, let's say 860 videos I got, give or take, multiply that by 42,000, and that's not even 42,000. I think it's like $42,530 or something like that. That's like, holy shit, you know? So what they're saying is that they're going to take into consideration the channel, like the overall channel size, like what income it makes, the financial situation or whatever. So in other words, I assume the real big channels like PewDiePie and those guys run the risk of paying the full fine if they're determined to be for kids or whatever. But like the random Joe Schmo channels, the ones that barely make $100 every couple of months or so, I mean, if they do get fined, they'll probably get fined like, I don't know, $50, $100, something like that. Now, of course, that does suck. It gets sucked to get fined anything, but you know, it's better than the $42,000 per fucking video, you know? But, yeah, I'll take that into consideration. Of course, I'm not sure if you guys know or not, but you don't get paid unless you make the $100 threshold, and it just carries over until whenever you make the threshold. So if you're a real small channel that somehow did not get demonetized with the whole Logan Paul situation, you're probably not making that much money anyway, so they take that into consideration. Now, I just don't know what they're gonna do with the channels that are not monetized at all. I'm not monetized. A lot of channels are small and they're all demonetized. I guess in that case, they'll probably just take down your video. They'll probably tell the FTC will tell YouTube to take your video down, or the whole channel down, possibly the whole Google account down. I mean, I'm afraid that kind of falls into the whole commercially viable thing. It's like if they can't find you, or if you're in another country, it is affecting all of YouTube, but there's like a lot of people using YouTube, they're not in the United States, and people are asking, like, you know, hey, I'm in, I don't know, I'm in Ireland or something, what they're going to do, you know? So what happens is that you may not get fined because you're not in America. They might just take down your channel or your entire Google account altogether. That's another risk. You might get that random, we're sorry, but we don't find your channel commercially viable anymore, and take down your channel. So that's another risk there. Now, one thing is, I wish they would give a warning, though. I know YouTube is pretty, like, brash with that. When you get hit when you get hit by a claim, you're just hit by a claim. There's nothing. You don't get like a warning like, hey, we've noticed you got Vanilla Ice music in the background. If we don't take down the Vanilla Ice music, we're going to give you a copyright claim or something. No, you just wake up one morning, bam, your video's claimed. And I'm afraid that, and I guess a lot of people are afraid that you're going to wake up and bam, a fine. Or bam, channel gone or whatever. You know, that just sucks. Like for me, I don't mind so much the FTC COPPA stuff as long as I get a warning. Because yeah, I mean, I'll be pissed. I mean, it'll probably be videos I want to take down for sentimental reasons or whatever, or like an episode. You know how I hate to have missing episode numbers or whatever. But if I get a letter that says, you know, hey Mark, we find these 3 videos in particular to be like for kids or whatever, either take them down or you'll get fined per video, I'll be like, you know, holy shit. It'll be, you know, like you have 15 days or whatever to take these videos down or you'll be fined or whatever. I'll be like, fuck yeah, I'll take them down, whatever. Yeah, whatever you say, man, whatever. I don't want to get fined. But I'm afraid they're going to just do it like that, and that's what I hate. Since FTC and COPPA are doing it, I hope to give you a warning. I mean, that's like I said, do a warning. Don't just fucking do it. That's YouTube's That's YouTube's shitty way of doing things. Hope you guys are a bit better than that, but it gives me kind of warning. Either way, I'm still keeping an eye on things. It is still too soon to celebrate. Things look not as bleak as before, but on one side, COPPA taking into consideration that some channels, you know, may have content that may appeal to kids, but are not for kids. But on the other side, the YouTube algorithm is flagging videos left and right anyway, so I don't know how that works. And, you know, you're going to appeal them. You can say, but dude, COPPA says that, you know, it's okay. And they'll probably be like, nah, still for kids. Your appeal's been denied. I don't know. And on the other side, while it is nice to know that we're not going to get fined these ridiculous amounts unless you're like a huge channel, it still sucks to get fined in general. And I do hope that whenever that happens, because I assume they gotta make an example out of someone, right? I hope to get some kind of warning or a letter or something. You know, that's what I prefer. You know, take down your video on so-and-so days or you'll get fined. Don't just randomly send me a fine in the mail. I come home from work and holy shit, you gotta pay this by this amount or whatever, by this time frame, or else the amount's gonna like go higher and higher, and if not, then, you know, there's a court date for you and a whole bunch of shit like that, you know. Let's not go there. Let's not do that. So anyways, guys, Mark Rodriguez here. Once again, I think you take away from this video, despite everything else that may or may not change, the two things that are for real is that YouTube is already flagging videos, so check your videos, make sure they haven't been hit yet, and also check your analytics and check what your overall demographic currently is. A lot of people have been pleasantly surprised. A lot of people that do videos and stuff about action figures and collectibles have been pleased to find out that actually older people do watch their videos. Their demographic, I can't say the word, their demographic is not like kids. It is a mostly like adult 20 to 30 audience. So maybe your channel will also be spared. We'll see what happens. And yeah, so see you next time, guys, and we'll see what happens as it happens as we get ever so closer to 2020 and December 14. See you then.